Ever just stare at a blank page for your IELTS letter and you can literally hear the clock ticking down? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if I told you there's a simple formula to turn that panic into a band 7 plus score? Well, there is. Let's break it down. So you're feeling the pressure of that 20-minute timer, right? Trying to hit the word count, get the tone just right. It's a real juggling act. It's a super common struggle, but here's the good news. You can absolutely crush it. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to master that Band 7 Plus formula. Welcome to the Explainer by IELTS Guide Phil on YouTube. Today, we're digging into a proven step-by-step method from IELTS Guide Phil that is designed to get you a Band 7 or even higher, not just once, but every single time. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on the Task 1 challenge. Then, I'll show you a super important 3-minute planning trick. After that, we'll actually build a letter from the ground up, talk about the common mistakes to avoid, and finally, we'll see what the finished Band 7 Plus blueprint looks like in action. Let's do this. Okay, first things first. Let's get inside the examiner's head a little bit. Task 1, it's not about writing some beautiful creative novel. Nope. It's all about one thing. Can you communicate clearly and effectively for a specific situation? That's the test. So the basic rules are pretty straightforward, right? You've got 20 minutes to write at least 150 words. But here's the secret sauce for a high score, the tone. You've got to adapt. Are you writing a formal complaint, a semi-formal request, or just a casual note to a friend? Getting that tone right from the very beginning, that is absolutely critical. So before your pen even hits the paper, you have a 3-part mission. It's simple. First, what kind of letter is it? Formal, informal. Second, what's the whole point? Are you complaining, inviting, or saying sorry? And third, and this is a big one, you have to cover all 3 bullet points in the prompt. If you miss just one, your score can really take a hit. And this next part, this is the real secret weapon. I'm telling you, students who get top scores don't just dive right into writing. No way. They plan. And IELTS Guide Phil has this simple but incredibly powerful 3-minute game plan that will totally set you up for success. And here it is. It's so simple. In just a few moments, you'll have your entire letter structured out. You'll pick your greeting, figure out a clear 1-sentence intro, plan a body paragraph for each bullet point, and decide on your closing. That's it. This simple framework makes sure you don't forget anything, and your letter will be perfectly organized. It's a game changer. Okay, so we have the plan. Now let's actually put it to work. We're going to build a high-scoring letter together, from scratch, following this exact structure. Let's see how it's done. Everything starts with the greeting. It sets the tone right away. If you're writing a formal letter and you don't know the person's name, Dear Sir or Madam is your go-to. If you're writing to a buddy, a simple, warm Dear John is perfect. Get this part right and you are on the right track from the first word. Now your opening paragraph needs to be direct, no fluff. Look at this example. It gets straight to the point. It clearly says what the letter is for without wasting a single word. The examiner knows exactly what's going on from the get-go. Okay, in the body of the letter, this is where you knock out those bullet points one by one. See the linking words here? Firstly. Additionally, these make your letter super easy to read and follow. And what's really crucial here are the specific details. You're not just saying the room was bad. You're talking about specific problems. Details are what make your letter believable and strong. And to wrap it all up, the closing. Just like the greeting, it has to match the tone. For a formal letter, you'll use yours faithfully or yours sincerely. For an informal one, you can go with something friendly like take care. Keeping that tone consistent from the very beginning to the very end, well, that's what a high-scoring answer looks like. All right, so knowing what to do is awesome. But you know what's just as important? Knowing what not to do. Let's talk about the common traps. IELTS Guide Phil has seen these mistakes trip students up time and time again, and they can cost you easy marks. So here they are, the top 5 mistakes you've got to avoid. The big ones are using the wrong tone, not covering all 3 bullet points, and writing less than 150 words. But even the small stuff, like using contractions, I'm or don't, in a formal letter, or simple grammar slip-ups, those can pull your score down too. This is probably one of the easiest rules to remember, and it makes a huge difference. In any formal or semi-formal letter, just don't use contractions. Always write out I am instead of I'm. Go with do not instead of don't. It's a tiny change that instantly makes your writing sound more formal and professional. Okay, so we've got the plan, we've seen the pieces, and we know what mistakes to sidestep. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all together and look at what a complete, finished Band 7+ letter really looks like. You'll see how this structure is basically your roadmap to a logical, complete, and really high-scoring letter. Let's break down this model answer from IELTS Guide Phil. See how it starts with the right formal greeting, dear sir/madam, and then boop, states the purpose right away. Then, notice the linking words, firstly to bring in details about the room, and furthermore to move smoothly to the next point. This is just a perfect example of that four-part structure in action. And in the final paragraph, it's super clear what the writer wants, a partial refund. The request is polite, but it's also firm. Then it wraps up with that standard formal closing, I look forward to your response, and the correct sign-off, yours faithfully. Just flawless execution. So before you finish, use this final checklist from IELTS Guide Phil as your last quality check. Just run through it in your head. Is my tone right? Did I hit all 3 bullet points? Is the structure logical? Did I write enough words? And, really important, did I check for mistakes? This is your final pass to make sure you lock in that high score. Look, getting this formula down is a massive step in the right direction, but the real key to smashing the IELTS is consistent practice and, of course, using the best resources you can find. And to keep that momentum going, you should definitely dive into all the great resources from IELTS Guide Phil. You can read the full blog post this explainer was based on over at IELTSGuidePhil.com. There are tons more video explainers right here on the YouTube channel, deep dives on the Spotify podcast, and you can even join the Facebook community for extra support. Don't worry, all the links are right there in the description for you. So I'm curious, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to IELTS writing? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you want personalized expert feedback, you should really check out IELTS Guide Phil's professional writing correction service. It is hands down the fastest way to turn those weak spots into your strengths. Thanks so much for watching.